What's good? How y'all doing this evening? Welcome back to the Don's Favor here on Forever I Love Atlanta Sports Podcast. It's your boy, the Don. Today, we're going to talk about the quarterback situation here in Atlanta, part 3 or episode 3. And I brought on 3 people that want to just hang out and talk about it. Everybody in the chat, y'all know y'all are free to voice y'all opinions as well. I want to hear from you guys as well. So I know y'all just got off work. Get in here. Let's get the chat blowing up. Start over to my left. Sports Live in the ATL. Dave, what's good, man?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me on the show.
All right, appreciate you, man. And then I got newcomer. He's been very vocal on Twitter. Had to bring him on, man. Reddy down there. What's good, man?
Good. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great, man. I'm good. And then we returned JaiHawk. He has a lot to say about number 2, Matt Ryan.
Thank you for having me on. I don't have a lot to say. It's just a little bit, but it just sounds like a lot. I just say the same things over and over again. It's time for a change. It's time for a change.
Okay, before we talk about change, let me go ahead and announce this real quick. If you're new to the channel, y'all already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this content out of Atlanta Sports Fanatics, and hit us up in the comment section. As always, come holler at your hometown sports podcast. All right. Before we do that, got to pay some bills real quick. This show today is brought to you by Manscaped. All right, this podcast is sponsored by Manscaped. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code FILASP2021. And you go to manscaped.com, all right, and use that code, whatever you want to purchase. Use it for your entire purchase, all right. They gave us a kit, the Lawnmower 3.0. I've been using it religiously. It keeps you good down there. It got deodorant. I'm telling you, but you gotta groom yourself. Mm-hmm. That's just how it is. You gotta take care of yourself. So
I've seen those commercials. Quite funny.
Yeah. So and they got a nose trimmer too. Like I said, I got a chanted forwards in my nose. So I got that. I used it the other day. It works, it makes wonders, I'm telling you. So grab you some Manscaped products, use the code FILASP2021. And you get free shipping on your entire purchase. All right. Once again, that's Manscaped. All right. So
Ashton's in the chat. Just want to let you know how you doing, Ashton. Thanks for coming over.
Yeah, thank you, Ashton. Appreciate you for joining us. We're gonna talk later on about some business ideas. And my co-host King, he in the building. What's good, man? Thank you for tuning in. I know you getting off work or you still at work. Wallace, what's good, man? So quarterback situation. This has been a touchy topic for a while. I've been just wanting to get everybody's opinions on this. I'm gonna start with you, Reddy.
Yeah, so I know it's definitely been a touchy subject ever since he's been drafted. Whether, especially after a Super Bowl, I mean, there's all sorts of fingers pointed at him for losing the game and stuff like that, which I'm not really going to get into right now. But I know but the biggest issues, in my opinion, has always been offensive line and defensive lines. And when you draft players like Perea Jerry, Vic Beasley, Croy Bierman, all these years, I mean, what do you expect? And then before 2019, you drafted, for God's sake, Lamar Holmes in the 3rd round. And then Peter Cons, Joe Hawley. What are you doing? And then even Caleb McGrary, I mean, to some extent, he's, I think, serviceable at best right now. And I'm hoping Arthur Smith can come in and he can improve on that. But against speedy edge rushers, even he was a reach.
Yeah.
So and we've seen Matt Ryan behind a good offensive line. So I'm inclined to believe that he's going to do well if they fix the trenches. And it's the same. And we just saw in the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes got his teeth knocked in, and he's a mobile quarterback. So where's that?
Well, no, Patrick Mahomes is not. I wouldn't even label him as like a mobile quarterback. He has a
Why not?
looseness.
He is a mobile quarterback. He's a dual threat quarterback.
Mhm.
It's so it's a difference between dual threat and a mobile quarterback, right?
Yep.
Go ahead.
See,
man.
he understands. It's a difference between a Lamar Jackson and a Aaron Rodgers. That's mobility versus dual threat.
Sure.
Mhm.
Pat Mahomes wasn't out there being able to move like he wanted to move because he doesn't. He has the speed of Jameis Winston, and you can't even deny that. When he out there rolling around and stuff like that, he looked just like Jameis Winston. His mobility wasn't up there. If he had a little bit more mobility, he was still making plays with what he had. But I can tell you this: if you put Matt Ryan in that situation, it would have been a lot worse.
They would have scored 8 points.
I don't think so. I don't think they would have scored still. Matt Ryan had the most pass attempts.
Come on, stop it. All right, stop it. Okay. So you gonna sit up here and say, so did you watch the Kansas City versus Falcons game? I ain't even worried about the Super Bowl. Did you watch the Kansas City Falcons game?
I did.
Which quarterback played better in that game? Matt Ryan or Pat Mahomes?
Matt Ryan.
Come on, bro. Really? You gotta think about it.
But like because I'm not like
Matt Ryan or Pat Mahomes.
I would never trash Pat Mahomes like that. Like, dude, Pat Mahomes has done more than Matt Ryan already.
Jay, let me ask you one simple question, man. You're a Matt Ryan hater, aren't you?
I wouldn't even say I'm a Matt Ryan hater because if you knew me as long as you've known me, first off, I wasn't talking about Matt Ryan when he first got drafted. Everything changed once I started to see the consistency in his mistakes.
2016, answer this question for me. In 2016, did he not make the plays in the Super Bowl to win? Did he not make the play on third down to Julio Jones 22?
No.
He didn't?
Julio made that play. Julio made that play. Julio made that play.
Come on, JaiHawk. Come on.
You need to pull up the play then. Pull up the play then. First off, I play wide receiver. Pull up the play then. Pull up the play.
You clearly didn't watch it. I'm not going to pull it up. Matt Ryan threw it in the spot where
he actually escaped.
Matt Ryan.
Yeah, Matt
Ryan.
He threw it in the position. He threw it to only Julio Jones to catch it.
All right, answer this for me. Answer this question for me. This year against the Saints, did he throw the ball in the perfect spot?
No, but he threw a ball in the perfect spot against Detroit, against Kansas City, against the Detroit Lions, against Chicago Bears, against the Dallas Cowboys. Am I right? Against Tampa Bay in the first half. Look, if you're a Matt Ryan hater, just say you're a Matt Ryan hater. Because it's clearly you're not watching what I'm watching. I'm not saying Matt Ryan doesn't make mistakes. He's not perfect. Tom Brady hasn't won every Super Bowl. He's thrown pick sixes in the Super Bowl. Robert Alford.
Don't put Matt Ryan
Aaron Rodgers has not made every play.
Hold on.
Tom Brady
arguing rings versus no rings.
Hold on. Stop. But we compare rings. Look, Aaron Rodgers lost four.
He got a ring. He got a ring.
But how he win that ring though?
You can't put Matt Ryan in the same conversation as quarterbacks with rings. It doesn't matter. Does he got one?
No.
Does he got one? Does he have one? Does he have one?
How did he win it though?
Does he have a ring?
Somebody said Julio threw the ball to himself.
These matter. Rings. This is a team-oriented sport.
Matt
Ryan has caused the team to lose so many times.
You just killed your own argument.
Matt Ryan has caused the team to lose so many games. Matt Ryan loses games, dude. Like you can argue. Matt Ryan had the most pass attempts in the NFL last year. Why? You have the weakest form in the NFL with the most pass attempts.
JaiHawk,
y'all are
you just killed your own argument, bro.
No, I'm not.
You just said, it's about rings.
It is about rings.
So it's a team. If it's a team effort, why you saying, don't put Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers won a ring, and then you say, it's a team effort?
Because I said don't put Matt Ryan's name in the same conversation as quarterbacks with rings. He doesn't have one. He had his opportunity.
So Matt,
he had his opportunity.
Hold on.
He didn't execute on it.
So Trent Dilfer's better than Matt Ryan.
No.
He won a ring though, right?
We're not arguing Trent Dilfer.
You just said. See, you.
We're not arguing Trent Dilfer. We're not arguing Trent Dilfer. Is Trent Dilfer going to the Hall of Fame? Is Trent Dilfer going to the Hall of Fame?
To your
answer this question. Is he going to the Hall of Fame?
To your argument, You just said,
yeah, it's way out there. It's like this: Trent Dilfer and Matt Ryan is not even in the same conversation.
So Jay, you just said it's all about the ring, which is why Matt Ryan is unimportant. But yet you say Trent Dilfer's ring don't matter. Come on, bro. What are you talking about?
Did I just say Trent Dilfer's ring don't matter? Did I just say Trent Dilfer's ring don't matter? Did I just say that? Did I just say that? Did those words just come out?
Don, where'd you get this dude, man? Seriously, where'd you get this dude? Where'd you plug him from?
Look. Hey, who is this dude? You keep rocking your Matt Ryan jersey. You from Georgia. Georgia hasn't won anything. It's the state of the curse. Like, I don't understand how y'all are still so caught up in somebody that is not resulting to wins. He had the most passing attempts last year. Why? Why would you have the most passing attempts?
Let me explain football. Hold on. Let me explain football to you. And before I do that, if this show is live and everybody see this, I'm telling you the 17s are gonna come after you because you just sat here and just really
sat on. What are they gonna do?
You don't care about Atlanta United? Oh man.
No.
Okay. But man, the Atlanta United, man, that's a championship for Georgia. Okay, that's a championship for Georgia. I'm gonna let
Braves got a championship. What are you saying? Like, we're not arguing other sports. We're talking about the Falcons.
But you just said Georgia ain't
the state of the curse. Like, what do you mean? Georgia is cursed. Are you saying they're not?
We just
I agree with that.
I agree. Hey, Don, I agree. But at the same
time, Don, hold on a second. If there's one thing that I can agree with this whatever, Georgia is cursed. Atlanta sports.
All right, my name is JaiHawk. I said my name is JaiHawk. You can get it right. It's JaiHawk.
Can you listen? Hey, can you let someone talk? All right.
Let's be respectful, y'all. Let's be respectful.
Okay, Atlanta, Georgia is cursed from Atlanta pro sports to college sports because we don't suffer all the letdowns and chokes that we do without being cursed. So I will give him that. But it's clear, sir, that you're a Matt Ryan hater because Matt Ryan made all the plays in 2012, big leads, defense blew it. He made all the plays in 2016 playoffs, got to the Super Bowl, made tons of plays in the Super Bowl, threw 2 touchdown passes. This year, made enough plays to win 6 ball games, and the defense stinks. So you clearly want Justin Fields. I hate to break it to you, bruh. Even if we get Fields, he's going to be riding the pines, sir.
Hold on. Let me say this. Hold on. So here's the thing. You said passing attempts. Okay, listen. You got to understand the coaching and the scheme of things before you just start pointing fingers at the players. Right?
Offensive coordinator.
Okay. So look at what happened with Jameis Winston in Tampa Bay under
30 and 30. Yeah.
Okay.
But he had 5,000 passing yards.
Now look at the interceptions. Look at the interceptions.
30 interceptions.
And look at Matt Ryan. Yeah, Matt Ryan threw 11, and I was surprised that's all he threw. In the type of
because a lot of them were some of them were drops and stuff like that. But you're right. I'm surprised he threw that many too.
But all right. So I want you to understand. In that type of offense, it's long developing plays down the field, okay? And most of the times when you try to bomb it out like that, you're not connecting. Like we see Pat Mahomes, we see Aaron Rodgers and stuff throw it like that, and like sometimes they don't connect.
Right.
When you do intermediate passes, you have a better percentage rate of your receiver catching the ball. Like you can't just sit here and just Matt Ryan. Like come on, man. Like it's the offense, man. Players can't escape bad coaching. Players cannot escape bad coaching at all.
I understand what you're saying, but Matt Ryan doesn't have the arm like Pat Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers to just be airing it down the field like that. That's my biggest
argument. That type of offense, man.
Exactly. So why was Dirk Cutter the offensive coordinator for 2
years? That's not
Matt
Ryan's fault. Matt Ryan didn't hire him. That's the front office.
But so Matt Ryan don't have no say in anything?
No. Where you work at? Hold on, stop. Where you work at?
I mean, most quarterbacks don't have any say in anything.
I work in the banking world. I'm a senior bank operation analyst.
All right, but like you have a boss over you, right?
Yeah, but it's inclusion involved. I'm allowed to say stuff.
But you can say stuff, but do you really run things like you want to?
it's not even the fact of like running things. You can have your input on things. If I'm able to give you a strategic breakdown of process improvement and I deliver the product to you in a way where it's beneficial to the overall product, then yes, they'll take my ideas and apply them to stuff. Matt Ryan has an MVP. And Don, why does he not have?
And Don, this guy says that Matt Ryan has no arm. Clearly, he's not as strong as Drew Brees or Rodgers. But I do remember a couple plays like that bomb to Calvin Ridley over the defender that Ridley dropped. That was quite long. That was quite long. I mean, he's just a Matt Ryan hater.
My arm is stronger than Matt Ryan's right now. I got the video to prove it. I threw it at Westchester East.
I want to see this.
I'll send it to you right now. I'll send it to you right now on Twitter.
Hold on. He's talking about. We want to see. Was you actually playing an actual game?
When you see the video of me throwing the ball, you're gonna see me just take a step and still throw 55 yards. And now, if I have the opportunity to crow hop and throw, I can get it out there 60, 65. So I'll send you the video.
I'm pretty sure Matt Ryan can throw it 60 yards with nobody pass rushing him.
You got to
exactly.
What are you talking about, dude? Man, even I can stand back and throw a football 50 yards.
No, you can't, dude. Where the video at?
Man,
golly.
Dude, I don't care. Hey,
I want to see this.
I'm about to send you the video right now, dude. When you see it, please tell him to be quiet and stop.
Hey, chill, y'all. Hey, y'all, chill out.
Right. Matt Ryan hater. You see this jersey, sir? You see this jersey right here? Matt Ryan should have had a Super Bowl already. All right, the defense let him down, and they let him down this year. Period.
All right, Reddy, what you got to say, man?
I mean, I think
like Julio throws to himself.
I mean, I felt like this was pretty much going to happen. I mean, I think a lot of fans just have a lot of misguided and misplaced anger towards the wrong person. And yeah, as far as players not having say in like coaching, I mean, Deshaun Watson didn't have say in who gets to stay and who goes, but nobody's criticizing for him for that. And before you say it, he doesn't have a ring. So
you know what I think, dude? You know, to me, I think this boils down to a lot of Atlanta Falcon fans still haven't gotten over Michael Vick and they're comparing Matt Ryan to Michael Vick.
Man,
I really do. I'm
just
straight out. That's how I feel.
Nobody has said anything about Vick through all of my fans. I've never said anything about Vick.
I know.
I never said
he's not talking about you. He's talking about.
I don't hear people talking about Vick.
Yes, trust me.
I do.
Yeah, I do. I see it all the time. I saw somebody today said that Vick was a better quarterback than Matt Ryan. Prove me wrong.
And Vick wasn't that good. Vick was a runner. I mean, he was a lot of teams. Yeah, 2 games. He was not a quarterback. You can't compare the two. And now people in Atlanta we're looking at Deshaun Watson. We're looking at the guy who was released, Dwayne Haskins, or whatever his name is. Really? Man, if you put protection around Matt Ryan, he's done 15.
They was looking at Rittler, the quarterback for Cincinnati. The quarterback for Cincinnati Bearcats.
Right.
And I'm like, y'all ain't even heard this man before.
Right.
Y'all want him to be on the team.
But
come on,
the thing, I don't want Vick back. Vick was an improviser out there. Like I said, I want somebody that will actually be in there to play the quarterback position. I don't want a dual threat quarterback. I want somebody that's not a sitting duck. Matt Ryan said Matt Ryan and the Falcons coaching staff said they saw blitzing from the Seahawks in the first game of the season that they never saw before. Yeah. They did that because they knew Matt Ryan was back there. You can say he has a bad offensive line.
Real talk, man. Hey, bro, real talk. If the Falcons defense did not blow a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl, Falcons would have had a ring, including Matt Ryan. And if Matt Ryan performed the exact same way in 2017, 18, 19, and this year, would you still be saying that? It's not that hard.
I don't like Matt Ryan's play style anymore because Isaiah Simmons is a linebacker about safety running
Matt Ryan, if the defense
I don't like that we have a weak armed quarterback that lacks mobility. No, I'm ready for a new quarterback. I'm ready for a new quarterback.
Okay, so you're saying if the defense would have held that big ass lead that Matt Ryan helped get, that if Matt Ryan played the exact same way these last 4 years, you would think differently or you would think the same? That's what I'm asking. Would you still want him gone?
So
yeah, I would still want him gone.
So as far as
you would,
I want him gone. Don't ask me a question and tell me what I want.
Listen up. Ready, go ahead and talk, man.
As far as a mobility thing, I mean, that's definitely a little bit of a myth because outside of the pocket, he was actually ranked 3rd.
Right.
So how can he be?
How many passes did he have outside of the pocket? How many passes? You said his percentage rating, but how many passes did he throw outside?
Percentage rate. I just said just overall.
But what is that stat based off of? It's not based off of how many passing attempts. It's just
you said he's not mobile.
He's not. Are you saying he is?
He's not the fastest guy, but he can get out the pocket and make plays. There's film on that.
Dude, you been watching Falcons games this year? You haven't seen Matt Ryan roll out and get first downs and run for touch? Come on, what game are you watching? Are you watching Madden? What are you watching, bro? Oh my God! You ain't watching the same game. Look,
listen. Here's the thing.
Oh man,
here's the thing. All right, Jalen Hurts, your boy, right?
No, Jalen Hurts. No, he's not. I'm a fan of him, but he's not my boy. No.
Okay. All right. So the thing I want to say is it is yes, mobile, dual threat, whatever you want to call it. If you can move around and make plays.
Somebody said I think I can run faster than Matt Ryan.
Bruh, come on, man. Come on. Come on, stop.
Well, that's a friend of mine. Hey, John, that's a friend of mine, Augusta Gator. He came over here. He's funny, man. I know him well. He might be able to run faster.
So here's the thing. All right. Just chill. Like, a lot of y'all gotta understand something. All right. Y'all really, and I had Ovi Mahey on the show yesterday. Everybody keep thinking that you draft this quarterback or whatever, that this man is just going out the gate, be better than Matt Ryan and take us to the playoffs.
Matt Ryan is so precise that his knowledge that he can pass on to somebody else, it is so beneficial to the overall that it would be stupid for them to draft a quarterback and immediately start him. Do what the Chiefs did. Do what the Packers did.
We don't have Chiefs and Packers money. We're not. Look, we don't have money to just have somebody sit. This is a 4th overall pick. When the Chiefs drafted Mahomes was like picked in the teens, and then the Packers when they drafted Aaron Rodgers or Jordan Love, they were picked in the 20s. So it's not the same. It's not the same. Because as you move along in the draft as a quarterback, your stock goes down.
Yeah, right. But everybody's stock go down in the top 10. That's why they want to get drafted.
But we're drafting 4th overall. That he's getting top 5 money. So you trying to tell me you're going to pay this guy multi-millions of dollars just to sit on the bench? And hold on. And I said this too to everybody. So y'all call Matt Ryan trash, but y'all want the trash quarterback Matt Ryan to train the new quarterback. I don't get it.
Because dude,
I don't get it.
They want to pass along his experience, dude. He has on the field experience. How are you not? Dude, he has 13 years of experience, and you saying that we shouldn't take knowledge from him? He hasn't been successful at all.
But I'm just
saying. Is that what you're
saying?
In
other words, you're trying to say you want trash to pass on to trash, so that way we can have future trash and
hire people.
Literally
hire people and then have the people that already work there train the person to take their job. You could keep whining all you want.
That's the case, and we're going to sing for years. Hey, look, Jai, I got to give you credit on one thing.
We're going to be the same. We're going to be the same every year.
Real talk. Real talk.
Go ahead.
I like the battle. I like the passion that you got. To me, if I don't get fired up, then it means I don't. Then that means I don't respect the person I'm with. I love your passion. I love the fact that that you battle well. I got to respect that, and I look forward to your channel. I really do. But my opinions are mine. Your opinions are yours. Yes, the fact is, Matt Ryan is not as bad as people think. Yes, he needs to improve. Yes, he's winding down his career, but he's clearly capable still.
Yes.
How about that?
All right. And hold on, before y'all go, appreciate everybody in the chat engaging. I'm getting to y'all if y'all got any questions. Somebody said, "How is it going for the sports podcast? Why does the defense keep getting the pass when it comes to this team losing?" Thank you, man. Thank you. Everybody always forget about the defense, but everybody want to point their finger at Matt Ryan. It's always Matt Ryan's fault. It's Matt Ryan's fault. We look at the Chicago game. We was up, doggone 20 some points in the game, and then Chicago came back. Chicago ain't even got a good offense. They ain't got a good offense, and we let them come back in the game and win. How is that Matt Ryan's fault?
Dante Fowler is the biggest butt. The only thing that Dante Fowler did was block me on Twitter. I kid you not. Hey, you want to know why he blocked me on Twitter? Can I tell the story quickly? No, he blocked me on Twitter because he was commenting about the Gators one day saying, "Oh, look at this team balling on defense." And I was like, "Yeah, Dante, maybe if you paid attention on defense, maybe somebody would be tweeting about you." And I swear 5 minutes later, block. Soft, man. Soft.
I think given that
you hit a nerve when you said something to him. This is the only thing. Matt Ryan has a very horrible, I guess, aura around him in the red zone. He has thrown the most red zone interceptions. Inside the 20, Matt Ryan is horrible.
How many red zone picks did he throw this season?
15. How many? Wait.
This season.
How many game-winning drives did he have? He had 0 this year. He threw 4 interceptions on game-winning drives. 4.
You know, the only reason.
I know you're talking about that Chargers game. And listen, you got to give credit to the other team. Because the Chargers, we was running the same routes the whole game.
And Matt Ryan stared out his receiver.
Stop. He didn't stare out nobody. The routes was the same. The 2 picks, the first pick he threw, all right, okay, Matt Ryan, you should have never threw it in the double coverage with Calvin Ridley, because Calvin Ridley's not the type of receiver that's going to go up there and catch it. He's not Julio Jones. He's not that. All right? But the last 2 interceptions in that game, in the fourth quarter, that you got to give defense to Gus Bradley in that defense, because he told his defenders to jump the routes and get the picks because they already knew what he was doing. Like Dirk Cutter is so predictable. That's why we had so many drives that stalled.
True. But Don, if you look at it like this, the best year that Matt Ryan had, he had Tony Gonzalez in there. If the Falcons would have done more with Hayden Hurst in the red zone, I thought they would have done more. When he was doing good, he had Austin Hooper. For some reason,
Dirk Cutter does not like
crazy.
Dirk Cutter does not like the Buccaneers had O.J. Howard, and I think he was one of the best tight ends coming out of college. Did he use him in Tampa Bay? No.
They didn't even use him like that this year.
He got used more with Bruce Arians. But you got Gronk. Come on now. They got to share the load.
Breaking Gronk over O.J. Howard.
Well, hey, that's Tom. You got to think about it. Tom Brady, when you have all the 20 years of experience, you can pretty much pick and choose who you want, as on the team. It's like that sometimes. But y'all gotta just stop talking about Matt Ryan, man. Like this man is trash or something. The man,
Matt Ryan is not trash. He's just a tier 2 quarterback. That's it.
How is he a tier 2 quarterback?
Because he's not up there with Aaron Rodgers in them.
That's not answering my question.
Yes, it is.
All right. So you telling me
a distinct difference between Aaron Rodgers and Matt Ryan?
But look,
a distinct difference.
Tiers is in 3s, right? You got first tier, second tier, third tier, right? All right. There's 32 quarterbacks in the league, right?
Yeah.
32, divide that by 3.
Okay.
So you telling me that there's 10.5, let's just say 10. There's 10 quarterbacks in the NFL right now that's better than Matt Ryan.
It depends on what you argue.
No, ain't no, bro.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
How?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
How?
Because I would take Deshaun Watson over Matt Ryan any day of the week.
Why?
Because he gives me more. He doesn't just sit in the pocket. More? He doesn't just stare down his receivers. And you could go back and look at the game film when Matt Ryan throws the ball. He looks one direction, and he throws in that direction. You said that the defense on the Chargers, the defensive coordinator needs all of this praise and stuff. He told him to jump his routes. You're not jumping no Aaron Rodgers routes. You're not jumping no Josh Allen.
Last time I checked, in the Green Bay in the NFC Championship game, they did jump a route with Aaron Rodgers, by the way. I saw that.
Dude, they adjusted to Matt Ryan. They said jump all of his routes. Just because you jump one route don't mean that you're jumping all of those routes. You're not jumping routes on Aaron Rodgers. You're not jumping routes on Josh Allen nor Tom Brady.
It's not just the quarterback, man. It's the system, man. If you being redundant with the play calling,
but you asked me,
I'm just saying, but you don't know how Deshaun Watson is going to be under a new scheme. This is his first time with a new coach. He got a new coach now. Bill O'Brien's not down there anymore. They got a whole new coaching scheme. Deshaun Watson, all we know, could be trash this year. Or he could be good. We'll see. But I know one thing. If they bring that Baltimore Ravens offensive style there, he ain't going to do well. Because you can't tell me Lamar Jackson is not a good quarterback. He's not a good quarterback. He's a good athlete, but he's not a good quarterback. And don't look. So you going to tell me Baltimore.
Would you choose Matt Ryan over Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, I would. Quarterback, yes. Why wouldn't I? Look what happened. Stop. Look what happened in the divisional game when they played against Buffalo. They only scored a field goal, and he threw a pick six.
Matt Ryan has thrown pick sixes in the NFL playoffs too. Matt Ryan has looked horrible in the NFL playoffs too.
I'm trying to figure out.
But so is Tom Brady, and so is Drew Brees, and so is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, exactly. They've had.
But at least Matt Ryan put up points though. But Matt Ryan, it's only one game that Matt Ryan didn't perform well in the playoffs, and that was against the Giants in 2011. We didn't put up any points. All that was a safety. But you got to give credit to the Giants. The Giants just was out for blood that year, and they won them another Super Bowl. But going back,
their defense was
they had the defense. But once again, why the Falcons ain't been performing well? Because we got a defense. We can't stop nobody.
All right, so when you keep talking about defense, please just acknowledge this. Offensive possessions are so important. You can't keep going out there and going 3 and out. Your defense been out there for 2 minutes, and then they get the ball back. They stop them from scoring. They give them the ball back, and then they go 3 and out. Matt Ryan go out there, try to throw 2 little hitch routes. He try to play the little 90s game, throw these irate passes and stuff like that. Now the defense back on the field, bad field position. They give up another touchdown. That lowers the chemistry.
So you're trying I haven't talked in a few minutes. Let me say this. Yeah. The offense and defense need to be 50-50. The offense needs to keep the ball for a while, to keep the defense arrested and off the field. But numerous times the Falcons had long drives this year. Detroit game, Kansas City game, and then the defense allowed them to go right down the field and score in a minute or so. A big leads against Detroit, against Chicago and Dallas. Okay, and these guys were rested. I mean, you got Dante Fowler, where are you at? Blocking people on Twitter. You got Tack McKinley, who's now on a third-string backup with the Raiders. Vic Busley, what a joke he was. He's on the practice squad, got released by a couple teams as well as Tack did. Desmond Trufant, where are these guys? We do not have impact players on defense. They play soft, and whenever the Falcons offense puts up big numbers, the defense cannot hold it, and then it puts Matt Ryan in a tough situation with 1 or 2 minutes to go. And then when he messes up, then all the fault is his, yet he helped build 3 touchdown leads numerous times. The defense was trash, and Dan Quinn was a defensive guru. Remember that? And so was Mike.
Let's put Raheem Morris on that because he wasn't no guru.
Raheem Morris was too. I don't understand that. I don't.
Yeah, well, he choked too. That Detroit game was all him. And then Kansas City, we're cursed, man. We're cursed.
And
so this is what I did. You brought up the Kansas City game, or not? I said the Detroit Lions game. What I do is I go and look at I look at the play-by-play, and I look at the timing of the offensive. If you look at the Falcons drives and the Lions drives,
do you go look at the film? Do you go watch film?
Well, I mean, I can't look at film right now, but look, the Falcons' first 3 drives: punt, punt, punt. 2 minutes.
I need you to go look at the film and look at the route designs by the receivers. They were
horrible.
Okay,
I don't know what Dirk Cutter was doing. But
so you got to understand, Matt Ryan can only do so much, especially when you ain't got a line that ain't blocking. Your left guard is a turnstile. Doggone Jake Matthews is so doggone inconsistent. Like McGarry still, having
he's still learning.
He's still learning. Lindstrom he looks solid most of the time. Like you guys got to understand, like he only could do so much.
Listen to this. Listen to this. The first 3 drives of the Detroit Lions game. First drive, 6 plays. Second drive, 3 plays. Third drive, 3 plays. Punt, punt, punt. Detroit Lions, first drive, punt. Second drive, touchdown. That second drive where they got a touchdown, Atlanta started at their 20, only had 3 plays and was only on the field for 1 minute and 49 seconds.
Augusta Gator, you funny, man. That is true. And special teams, too, didn't help us at all this year, other than Young Way. No. Yeah, Young Way making the
Young Way cool.
Cool. But he made a Pro Bowl because of the red zone. That's why.
Yeah, but look, in that Detroit game, in that Detroit game, did Matt Ryan still make the play late?
He did.
And the defense had plenty of rest. And the defense had like 4 or 5 minutes rest and let Detroit go right down the field with no timeouts, right?
Well, they were only on the field but they were only on the field for 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 12 seconds.
Building a 3-touchdown lead against Chicago and Dallas that Matt Ryan helped. The defense blew up. But that was Matt Ryan's fault. Matt Ryan helped go down and lead the Chiefs late, but the defense let us down. But that was Matt Ryan's fault. At Falcons, Matt Ryan threw a couple touchdowns ahead of Tampa Bay, 17-zip, 24-7 in the third quarter. Defense screwed up, yet that's Matt Ryan's fault. So what? Is the fact we had coronavirus, is that Matt Ryan's fault too? I'm just saying. Matt Ryan gets to blame. It's true. The quarterback gets to blame when it goes bad, but doesn't get credit when it goes good.
Listen. Fact. The defense was balling. They had the Cowboys, their first 3 drives, 3 plays, 4 plays, 5 plays, 1 play. The Falcons in the first half, they had
the defense didn't stink all the time, only when the game was on the line.
In the second half, only when we got up big. In the second half. Look, 9 plays, 5 minutes and 22 seconds on the field, and they got a punt. Why?
Let me ask you this. Hey, look, I only have a few more minutes left on the show, so let me just ask you on an overall synopsis. This 4-12 year, these 6 chokes that we had, where it should have been 11 wins, did we miss the playoffs because of Matt Ryan?
No.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm not blaming it all on Matt Ryan. No.
Thank you.
All right. So
I do blame Dante Fowler for blocking me on Twitter. That's why we missed the playoffs. He created bad mojo.
It was a collection of things. We didn't have any pass rush. I just want to know why. How come every time when a team comes into the Falcons' home and play them, they look like a Super Bowl contender, but then they go out the next week and they don't?
Because the coaching, man. It's the coaching.
Yeah.
It's the coaching. That's why we hired Arthur Smith.
You know a question I got? Why is it that the Falcons can sit on the bench, the defense, and watch opponent's defense on third down, sack Matt Ryan all over the place, get picks and everything, and then on third down, Atlanta just allows. I swear to God, Atlanta can allow the first 2 plays can be third down and 25. Third down.
Give up a third down. They convert a first down.
Why is the defense not watching what's going on, right?
Because we're trying to play prevent. We're trying to play prevent, and we having DBs playing with 30 doggone miles off the line of scrimmage. You only rushing 2 or 3 linemen. You got one of them in coverage. Right? Like, it's stupid. Just stupid stuff that we do.
Dude, the only time I saw Dante Fowler was when he was chasing somebody or when he was on the sideline jumping up and down or patting someone on the back, whatever. I mean, this guy was – the Falcons bring Dante Fowler back, I'll be shocked. I mean, I'll give him away for free. I'll give him away for a Big Mac.
I'm inclined to see what he'll do on the DPs. I'm not. To see what he do on the DPs.
I'm not. He is garbage.
If we can get a nose tackle, we need to get a true nose tackle. That's what we need. We need a guy like Travis.
Hey, Don. Dante Fowler is Vic Busley 2.0. If
but
not
everybody,
worse.
but everybody wanted. But I remember. But hold on now, because everybody, I remember.
I love it.
Everybody when he got signed. Oh man, we gonna have a pass rush. I'm like, okay. Y'all think y'all getting the Los Angeles Dante Fowler? Y'all think y'all getting the Los Angeles Dante Fowler? We getting the Jacksonville Dante Fowler. It's a totally different.
How many sacks did he make? He had a lot of sacks with the Rams, so obviously, we were expecting a lot of good things. But all he does is block people on Twitter and chase people down after they gain about 15 yards. I mean, he had 2 sacks, right? Falcons paid him $18 million for 2.5 sacks. Man, I bag more than that. I bag more sacks than that. I could. Just by working at my store.
JaiHawk, listen. Do you follow Ryan Michael on Twitter?
No, I just saw that comment. How they said they proved that he was. I guess
he's telling the truth.
I mean, it's fine. You can have those stat sheet warriors all you want. I haven't talked about that. How I sent out the tweet earlier. The padding of the stats. Matt Ryan is the king of doing that. And if y'all sit up here and deny that, if y'all sit up, dude.
How's he
the Falcons go down early on. So you telling me? First 3 quarters, and then Matt Ryan come in the fourth quarter and do exactly what Pat Mahomes was doing in the Super Bowl on Sunday.
No. Stop. He don't. Let me tell you something. Most games we have leads and they get blown by the defense, and Matt Ryan got to come back and get us a lead again. 1, 2.
Yeah, he got to bail us out.
He got to bail us out. We probably be down by a touchdown. Or probably a 2-score game, and we try to fight back. Yeah. So you telling me a quarterback should just lie down and just lose the game?
Yeah. No, but that's not the argument. Is he not patting his stats?
How are people going to criticize Matt Ryan? Dude, how are people going to criticize Matt Ryan for not making a play in the fourth quarter, even though he did against Kansas City and Detroit, when he helps build a 3-touchdown lead on multiple occasions? And the defense can't hold it. And then Matt Ryan is put under the pressure because he knows the defense is going to let him down. So he's under pressure and he makes a mistake.
So are you saying he's not the one to put pressure on there? He can't. Are you saying he can't handle the pressure?
The defense should not be blowing 21 and 25 and 20 and 18 and 17 point leads all the time. That's unacceptable.
Absolutely should not.
Let me take a break. If y'all new to the channel, please subscribe to FILA Sports Podcast. I appreciate y'all. We got 40 people in the chat right now.
Yeah, subscribe to them.
No, I highlight
on this side or this side. Subscribe to FILA. This side or this side. He says up here.
He up here. Yeah, he up here.
Right there.
Subscribe to FILA. Subscribe to FILA Sports Podcast.
Or subscribe down
there. Subscribe to Jay too. Subscribe to.
I use Twitch. I be on Twitch talking crap. I don't. Sometimes I throw in the Matt Ryan hating comment. Here and there, but I just be on Twitch playing games, spreading good vibes.
ATM just said something. The most sack quarterbacks. He said the most sack quarterbacks: Russell Wilson, Carson Wentz, Deshaun Watson, Daniel Jones, then Matt Ryan. Being mobile doesn't mean anything if you're playing with a poor O-line.
Right. But it was games where the Falcons, against Dallas, Matt Ryan was sacked one time. So it's not – I mean, folks be saying it's the offensive line fault.
Yeah, right? He played
sometimes it is.
Though.
And you can be inconsistent, though.
Hey, guys, I hate to interrupt, but I got to head on out of here. Is it okay if I do a close for myself?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead real quick, man.
All right. First, everybody that's come into this live stream that know me well, I see Asia Green in here. I see Jazzy Jeff. You probably already know Don. I see Ghost Peppers. You probably already know Don. Augusta Gator, Speedy Zone. Thanks for coming in from my side. Take care of Don. Take care of this new guy. Take care of Jay below. Thank you for popping in. If you want an Atlanta sports fan who's passionate, hardcore, I'm going to warn you. I don't break down things a lot. I'm passionate. I rant. I do I stream games. I do podcasts. I tell it like it is. I don't have time to break things down. But if you want somebody who's rooted for this city and state since 1980, you can tell by the beard. I'm your dude. Come check me out. And also, Don gave me permission to mention Ashton M Creations. If you would like some merch, you can see the stuff that I got behind me. I did a video prior. She does shirts, hats, mugs, non-sports, $25. She can work a deal with you. She's not a professional. She tries really hard. But if there's any mistakes made, she'll own up to it and she will correct it. Go check her out on IG at Ashton M Creations. My channel is Sports Lab in the ATL. Hit me up on Twitter at ATL39. Asia Green, thanks for coming in, girl. Thank you very much. And Dante Fowler, one of these days, just one of these days, you might do something. And unblock me from Twitter, for God's sakes. Thanks, man. Talk to you guys later.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
Oh, I'll be streaming the Hawks and the Mavericks tonight at 7:30 on my.
Y'all check him out. Check him out. We're gonna continue.
Thank you, my dude. All right, I'll keep in contact, Don. Later, man.
All right, man. Thank you. All right. Reddy, go ahead and say what you got to say, man.
So against the Cowboys, the offensive line actually did play well, which resulted in Matt Ryan playing well. Unfortunately, special teams, and I put emphasis on the word special, the onside kick.
They were like, nobody went to get the ball.
Like, that's an inexcusable way to lose. And to be honest with you, if I was a head coach, that player would be cut immediately for that. And then you look at the Bears game, you gave 20 points away to Nick Foles in 5 minutes. Inexcusable.
Mm-hmm.
Inexcusable.
And then the first time we played Tampa Bay, we allowed them to score 21 points in one quarter.
31 points.
Yeah, in a half. Yeah.
Inexcusable.
How you give up that many points in a half? But Matt Ryan should have scored more points.
I do. I remember looking at the Kansas City game, it didn't seem like we didn't really have that many offensive drives. I think we had like maybe 7 or 8. I remember that one drive, I think it was the first or second drive of the series. We were running the ball well, and then Dirk Cutter end around with Calvin Ridley, and we lost 6 yards. Why?
Because they knew it was coming. They knew it was coming. It was too predictable as an offensive coordinator.
I mean,
y'all acknowledged that earlier.
Protection to do an end around play. Like,
right. You're not doing motions enough. You're not.
And then Brandon Powell fumbled in the red zone because he picked up not Todd Gurley, Calvin Ridley's poor habits of running backwards, and then AJ Terrell dropped the pick, which is fine. I mean, I'm not saying he should be cut for that, but he's got to make.
You got to make those plays.
He's gonna be good next year.
Got to make those plays.
And then I know Ryan had Ridley open for a touchdown later in the game. Unfortunately, James Carpenter got beat by his man, and by the time Ridley got open, it was done. And before that, I think it was 1st and 5. They were in a bunch formation. You see Hayden Hurst and Russell Gage running into each other, and the play was supposed to go to Gage, but why?
I blame Dirk Cutter so much for his offensive play calls, but I also asked the question, how come Matt Ryan don't ever call audibles? I understand
because
you want to.
In the type of offense he runs, but in the type of offense that Kyle Shanahan, you cannot audible out of that. Even your person, Aaron Rodgers, he even said that because him and Kyle Shanahan and LaFleur, they run the same offense. He cannot audible out of that type of offense. You can't do that because when they give you the plays, you only got so many seconds left on the clock. Like, you know how long it takes to audible out of a play?
How was Peyton Manning able to go up there and orchestrate the offense like that? How does Tom Brady be up there like just yelling stuff?
The type of offensive coordinators they have. That's why if you go back and look at Mike Mularkey, when Mike Mularkey was here in Atlanta, and you see Matt Ryan had the wristband playbook. That's what we need to have, and I hope Arthur Smith can at least get Matt Ryan that, so he can make some.
Oh yeah, look at stuff.
But he don't have that right now.
I didn't even know. I didn't even look at that. Tom Brady be having a big one on his wrist. I didn't even notice that. He don't.
I've been trying to tell y'all this.
Mm-hmm.
Why you don't got no play calls?
Because of the offensive coordinator. Some offense coordinators don't do enough power. They don't get their quarterbacks enough power.
In Indianapolis, Peyton Manning actually had audibles designed for him by his coordinators. Like, he didn't call his own plays like a lot of people claim.
I wouldn't say like call his own plays, but like when he gets up to the line and you're acknowledging the Mike linebacker or you're acknowledging the blitzer over here, and why would you still run the ball in that direction if you already identified that he's the blitzer? Matt Ryan has gone up to that line multiple times and seen that they were more stacked on one side and still ran the ball to that side. Why? You can't go the other way? You don't have enough authority to like go to the other side. You don't have to change the whole play, but can't you run to the other side? You don't have any calls for that. You need a wristband in order to make those calls.
Yes, you have to have you have to have a plan. Like what you gonna say? Oh, that's the white linebacker go blitz. Let's do by the time you come up with a play.
You don't have to call a whole nother play. Run to the opposite side. Why? You can't do that.
But listen, you gotta understand something. Play design. When you change a play, when you try to change anything, you got to let your offensive line know. Guess what? The center got to tell the guard, this guard, hey, do this. Hey, left guard, do this, and it got to trickle down to the tackles. If his tight end is on the line or whatever, they got to tell the tight end too. Then the running back, he got to say, hey,
dude, they be hit. They do this. They be doing this. You can't do this.
I'm trying to tell you, look, man, it's not Madden. Everybody think that you just play a video game and it's just like it's real life. It's not the same.
I don't even be playing Madden like that, so we can stop talking about the video game.
Whatever,
you can look it up yourself. Look up my stat. I don't even play Madden like that. I just see other quarterbacks doing it. You will see them up there. They'll do the little hand back there, and then you would just see a change. Even you can't even just do it to throw them off a little bit. You can't throw nothing in there. You just got to run the play and then hope for the best. Against the freaking Bucks this year, when they said Brian Hill fumbled. Brian Hill didn't fumble that ball. It was because of Matt Ryan got scared for some odd reason. You can look at the video. I posted the video for you, and you know I did.
But that's nitpicking. But that's nitpicking, man. Okay, that's nitpicking.
Right, it is.
We nitpicking on certain things. Let's look at the overall.
But it's been happening since like 2014. Man. I don't want to keep seeing these same mistakes.
So you telling me his 2016 season was just?
It was amazing, dude. It was amazing. He broke records, dude. I was making graphics for him and everything. I do graphic design. I do 3D animation. I was making all kind of stuff for him. Even in that season, he was still making those same mistakes. But before and after that, I kept the same energy. I'm calling you out on your mistakes. I'm tired of seeing the same mistakes over and over and over again. When are you going to get tired of it? And not saying that to replace him. Who was our backup? Matt Schaub. He didn't even do anything. He got paid to sit on the bench. Are you not like maybe you need to draft a quarterback?
That's what.
So hold on. Go ahead. I'm gonna say what you got to say. Go ahead.
Listen,
and say it. Please.
Maybe you need to draft a quarterback to put some pressure on him.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Boy, let me tell you something. Let me tell you. Do you really think putting pressure on a MVP all-pro quarterback by drafting something? Come on, man.
Look at Aaron Rodgers. They were saying he was done last year. He came out this year.
He was not done last year.
They were saying he was done. They were saying he was done.
How he was done?
They were saying that. I didn't say that, and I'm not going to say that.
Who was they? ESPN?
Dude, the sports broadcasters were saying, "Oh, is he done?" Man, or they drafted a quarterback. Man. Maybe this is the end of Aaron Rodgers, the Green Bay era. They were saying that. You can't say that they weren't saying that. You can go back and look at the.
They said it because of the draft pick, but before the draft pick, no one knew. Man, come on, they
said that before.
Stop. They just played in an NFC Championship game against San Francisco.
Dude, so how you still, dude? They were all right. Just go back and look at the stuff. I'm not making this stuff up.
ESPN is always wrong about everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even listen to ESPN.
You just pretty much you just said it.
No, I didn't. I didn't name I said sports broadcasters. That's an overall broadcast. A lot of them.
If you can't give me names, leave it in the playground.
Okay, I'm gonna just give you the facts then. All right, I'm gonna just send you the article so you can see that the people were saying them drafting a quarterback put pressure on Aaron Rodgers and made it seem like, all right, if you don't perform to the best of your ability, then we got somebody to replace you. I'm not saying that because that's what I think is happening. That's what they were saying. I'm not saying it's the same process you got to use for Matt Ryan, but maybe you do need to put somebody else back there. Give Matt Ryan something to fight for. He's not worried about losing to Matt Schaub. Matt Ryan ain't going nowhere if Matt Schaub is the backup quarterback. And Ben Kirk, he cool on games and stuff like that, but who is that? Y'all were talking about these draft picks from years ago. You're absolutely right. We've been drafting players from Virginia, Arkansas, from the middle of nowhere. Kaminsky, who was that? Where did he come from? How did they find out about
him? Kaminsky is a raw talent, man.
We don't need good. We don't need good though. You keep talking about the defense. We need
game changers. Every pick is not going to be a Hall of Famer. You just need some people that's going to be serviceable and do their job.
You're right.
Am I lying, Reddy? Am I lying?
I mean, that's why we play the game.
You just need people that's going to come in here and do their job. And we've seen quarterbacks come in and play serviceable enough to win a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, man.
I hear what you're saying.
Like Joe Flacco, for instance. You telling me Joe Flacco is better than Matt Ryan?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm. He got a better arm, but he's not better than Matt Ryan. No. Overall skill set, no, sir. I'm picking Matt Ryan over Joe Flacco. But since I'm an arm guy, I would work with Joe Flacco. But I'm not putting Joe Flacco over Matt Ryan. No.
Let me tell you something, JaiHawk. Every NFL quarterback is an NFL quarterback for a reason, right?
Right, yeah.
Every NFL quarterback, I hate to burst your bubble, but every NFL quarterback has an arm, man.
Mm-hmm.
Did you look at the video I sent you?
I ain't see what you DM'd it to me?
Yeah, the FILA, yeah. Look at that, and you tell me it's more than just having an arm. Matt Ryan is so precise. Matt Ryan probably his bandwidth, his systems, he can learn a system, he can soak up some information and regurgitate
I just need
somebody.
But the thing about Matt Ryan is one of the best accurate passers in the NFL. That's all you need out of a quarterback is to be accurate and throw it right when you need it. Anybody can have an arm, man, but if you ain't throwing it when you need to. You're not gonna be a quarterback in this league that long.
Jameis Winston has a big arm and he's on the bench.
Exactly. Jameis Winston got a strong arm.
But that's the thing. That's why I said I would choose Matt Ryan over Joe Flacco because it's not about arm strength. Joe Flacco could throw 70 yards.
You said you're an arm guy.
You're an arm guy.
I'm an arm guy. You're absolutely right. I'm gonna choose Josh Allen over Matt Ryan. I'm gonna choose Aaron Rodgers over Matt Ryan. I'm going to choose these quarterbacks with big arms over Matt Ryan. I wouldn't choose Joe Flacco over Matt Ryan, no. Because Matt Ryan has a better skill set. And King Realm said in my defense, he's heard that same stuff. They drafted a quarterback to put pressure on Aaron Rodgers. I'm not making this stuff up. You thinking I'm just pulling out my bag or something. Did you look at the video yet, though? You've been quiet on that.
I haven't looked at but I'm trying to produce the show, man. I will look at it later. I'm gonna be trying to get to these comments, man. Because
you don't want to be wrong. You don't once you see the video.
You throw the ball 50 yards.
All right. When you see it, just understand that it's more than just having an arm. It's more than that. Trust me. Did you play Chad Pennington?
But did you have 4 or 5 people coming at you trying to hit you?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No.
Was this flag football?
You funny, dude. You funny.
All right, what's good? What's good, Travis?
I just want to know, I've been watching this show on my way home from work and whatnot. Now he brought up the video of him throwing the football 50 yards downfield. I mean, I want to see you be able to throw it. I want to see you throw a pass on a dime to a receiver while you getting hit at the same time. Impress me.
I pitched in college, so my arm is there. So if you talking about me being precise on some throws and stuff like that,
I'm talking about with a 300-something pound defensive tackle bearing down. I'm talking about hitting you at the same time as you delivering this pass. Don't talk about what you pitched in college. That don't mean nothing to me.
You're talking about me throwing the ball in situations where somebody engaging on me. I'm not talking about Matt Ryan and him being under pressure throwing the ball. I'm talking about like when you talk about watching game film and stuff like that, Matt Ryan throws the ball in places where he gives the defender and the receiver opportunities to make plays. When Aaron Rodgers throw the ball, he only give his receiver an opportunity to make plays.
I thought you said you don't watch film.
Yeah, he did say that just literally about 30 minutes ago. So you lied. You lying.
I said if you go back and look at the games.
No, you said you didn't watch film. So either you watched the film or you did watch the film.
I'm gonna go back and look at this, and we're gonna verify if I said I watched film or not. If you watch the game, and I like how y'all are not answering what I just was talking about. When Matt Ryan throws the ball, he gives his receiver and the defender an opportunity to catch the ball. But when Aaron Rodgers throw the ball, he only give his receiver a chance to catch the ball. Are you saying I'm lying?
Yeah, because
Saints game. Last throw in the Saints game. Last throw in the Saints game. Why did he throw it into double coverage and not throw the ball to the pylon in the direction Julio was running in? Why? Nobody was in his face either. Why didn't he throw the ball to the pylon? Why he throw it into double coverage? Why?
You talking about this year's Saints game?
Yeah, the Saints game. The 4th and 2 play. Where he could have easily, or it was like 4th and 2, 4th and 3, whatever. He could have got the first down, but he threw it to Julio in the back of the end zone into double coverage when Julio was running to the pylon. Why didn't he throw it to the pylon? Why?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, but I have seen Matt Ryan. I seen Matt Ryan through the Hayden Hurst and again the Seattle game in double coverage. And on the person, no, he didn't. Hurst actually caught it. So okay. I mean, like I said, you can. But no. What you saying? You nitpicking, but like I said, I'm not nitpicking. We talking about overall body of work of Matt Ryan's career, and with all the nitpicking that you're doing, you picking out pieces. You talk about pieces here and there, but the overall body of work, Matt has been more good than bad. And how long? Let me ask you this: how long have you been a Falcons fan?
That don't matter.
Just answer the question. How long have you been a Falcons? How long have you been a Falcons fan?
I'm from Clayton County. I went to elementary, middle, and high school out there. I'm from Clayton County.
That you saying all that to say nothing. How long you been a Falcons?
My whole life.
Okay.
My whole life.
And how old are you? Okay, let me ask you this: when have you got the understanding of the game of the sport? Like, what years are you talking when you actually like got the understanding of the game of football?
What are you asking? Like, what does that have?
When did you start playing football?
In 6th grade.
But I'm asking when you started understanding the sport. It's one thing to play it, but I'm talking about in 6th grade.
Once I got to high school is when I finally started to understand like really how to break down an offense and a defense since I played both ways.
Okay, I say that to say this. When Matt Ryan, we are notoriously known for being quote unquote a losing franchise. Now, with all the years that we've had in our franchise history, most of our winning success has came under Ryan. And the worst part about that is Ryan's been playing most of his career.
In franchise
in franchise history. He has a third of that. That's not good. I mean, that's good for him, but that's not good for our franchise. So what I'm saying is most of Matt Ryan winning seasons came from when we basically didn't really even have a defense. Matt been playing his whole career without a defense. We cannot keep just undermining the fact that our defense keep blowing opportunity and keep saying, well, Matt Ryan would have did this. Like, just like you brought up, like we all brought up the Dallas game. 29-10 at halftime. We lost the game 39-40. Your defense gave up 30 dang points in the second half. You cannot let that slide. You was beating Tampa. It's not that simple. Bro, don't tell me.
I said it's not acceptable at all.
Oh, you said not acceptable. Okay, I got you. But with Tampa, you had a 17-0 lead at halftime. Don't get wrong. I knew Tampa was gonna come with a surge in the second half, which they did. They came out and scored a touchdown. Matt went downfield and answered and made it 24-7. But our defense gave up 21 points in the third quarter, 31 points overall in the game in the second half. You gave up again 30 points in the half. Hey, I got to take it back to the Super Bowl. 28-3. And you gave up 30 points in the second half. Like, dude, that's not acceptable. I don't give a crap what Matt does. If Matt giving you 3 to 4 touchdown leads, why your defense is giving up that many points? and a half.
You absolutely right, but I'm
hold on. Dunlap. What's good? He said, "How about taking a sack outside the pocket rather than throwing it away?" Guys,
right? Why don't he be throwing the ball away? Thank you. I'm not nitpicking. You ain't seen my nitpicking yet, and I can go back for years.
You really been nitpicking, and like I said, it's not that much bad and good. It's not that many bad and good.
If you out of the tackle box and you throw the ball away, what's going to end up happening?
Intentional grounding.
Thank you. Loss of 10 yards.
No, wait. If you're outside of the tackle box, then that's not intentional grounding. If you're inside the tackle box, that means it's intentional grounding. Okay. See, now you're asking my understanding of the game, but like,
all right, but listen, check this out.
You talking to him now? You ain't talking to me.
Here's the thing, man. You said you played in high school and you played at Bama, right?
I walked on that Bama.
You walked on that Bama, but you played, right?
No, I was just a walk-on.
Okay. All right. I thought you played there. I thought, because remember we talked, and I thought you said you played there, and you knew Derrick Henry and all those guys.
I do. Like,
I'm asking you a question. Look, man, I'm not challenging. I'm just asking you a question. So I'm just saying.
What does that have to do with this now?
Listen. So all the guys that you knew, all right, and all the understanding that you have of the game, I'm just trying to figure out why. What'd you say?
Somebody said water boy.
All right.
Speed Falcons for life. Like, dude, y'all funny, boy.
All right, back to my question. So all this time, like I said, you been to Bama, you knew a lot of these cats, right? Like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, why are you nitpicking on Matt Ryan, and you as a Falcons fan, and you should know the history of this team, why do we give this man so much hate? I just want to understand that.
It's not hate, dude. I'm acknowledging something that needs to be changed, dude. It's time for process improvement. We've made changes on every single aspect of this team except for two positions. That's the owner and the quarterback.
Hold on, you can't change the owner. You can't change the owner.
Exactly right, unless he sell the team. So, but you could change the quarterback.
But
I'm not saying change Matt Ryan.
What positions? What changed? What changed?
Hold on, let me tell you something.
You plug players in and out, coaches and players, dude. Like, come on, you change your offensive line, you change your running back, you change your tight ends, you change your defensive line, your linebackers, your safeties, your corners. That's what I mean by you made changes.
Now, with all them changes that took place, has anything improved?
No,
but has anything
improved? Everything. Nope, you're not changing everything. You only changing some things. You've drafted defense. You've drafted offense. You've changed your coaching, and you're still not winning.
Doesn't mean that you're still not winning. Just because you draft defense doesn't mean that those guys were successful. Because let's be real, Thomas Dimitrov was a horrible GM as far as scouting talent in the draft.
Yeah, as far as like the trenches, he was
horrible. He was horrible.
You're absolutely right.
I'm gonna tell you that is with Dimitrov, he could find an offensive talent at the wide receiver position, but defensively and overall, most of his defenses and defensively talented drafted guys in the trenches, no, they was not good at all. I mean, for Christ's sake, we had Pierre Jerry.
All right, so
he drafted Corey Bierman in the second round. And then Vic Beasley, then Tack. Where are those guys?
Malachi Goodman.
Like, who is that? Who did you find him at?
I'm gonna get back to what you said.
Exactly.
I'm gonna get back what
they be drafting players out of the Senior Bowl. I don't know. Y'all don't be looking at.
But that's Thomas Dimitrov. That's he's not here no more. That's Thomas Dimitrov. That was I knew. Watch the Senior Bowl because these guys are who we gonna end up drafting.
Exactly. That's where I knew we keep getting these players where you don't know where they came from. I mean, you be wondering how did they find out about them? Oh, but then you see they had all of their personnel at the Senior Bowl, and then they saw these players perform in practice during the week and nothing else.
Man, put Cliff Matthews. Put Cliff Matthews.
All right, going back. Let me say this, you guys. Let me say
Massaquoi.
So, hold on. Listen. So let's be real with Arthur Blank. Arthur Blank, before he owned the team, we only had so many winning seasons. All right, yeah, we had a Super Bowl berth in '98. Cool. ever since Arthur Blank bought the team, we have seen success. Now should we? Yes, that should have been. We should have seen some Super Bowls. But at the same time, though, let's be real. You say we need to change quarterback. All right, what's your plan? And I need a plan. What's your plan? If you don't want Matt Ryan, who's going to come in here is going to give us better production than Matt Ryan?
Are you asking would I draft a quarterback or would I?
It don't matter. I don't care. Trade, draft, whatever. What's your plan of us getting better?
I would rather the Falcons draft a quarterback and have him sit behind Matt Ryan and learn from him.
Who? That really don't make no sense because why are you spending? Why you
really just did it? Why did it not
no. Pause. Let me say this because why would you have a 30-year cap going to the quarterback position? If you drafting a quarterback that high, he is a day one starter. He's not sitting on nobody's bench.
No.
Tua did it. Tua did it.
Tua got hurt though.
Yeah.
You said who did it?
Tua
was hurt though.
Tua was ready to play. They chose to.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. No, he was not. No, he was not. My homeboy, my partner is a diehard Dolphins fan. They had reports. He showed me reports that Tua was not ready to play. And besides, and we ain't talking about replacing him. We talking about Fitzpatrick, Fitzmagic, Fitz6, Fitztragic. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
You're right. That's tragic. And we need defense. We need defense. But who is your quarterback that you want to draft to sit behind Matt Ryan?
Not Zach Wilson.
Who? Just tell me who it is. You ain't told me yet. I've been asking.
I don't even know why you asked that question. He's gonna say Justin Fields. Come on, bro.
I'll take Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance.
We're not getting Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor's not coming here.
Trey Lance, Justin Fields, those two. I don't want Wilson.
So hold on. So you said Trey Lance.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Why? So you think Trey Lance could be better than Matt Ryan?
I don't want somebody to be better than Matt Ryan. I want somebody that won't make the same mistakes as Matt Ryan. That's what I want.
That man Devontae is funny.
If you don't want him to be better, so if he don't make the same mistakes, isn't that he's going to be better than Matt Ryan?
We'll get wins. We'll get more
wins.
Look
at that man that talk. He's funny.
We'll get more wins.
We'll get more wins.
Does Trey Lance play linebacker, edge rusher?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Man, I don't think y'all are undermining the importance of offensive possessions. Matt Ryan still got to hike that ball. He still got to run that play. He can see things. He can call things out. This man just be running into trouble. He see the trouble coming and still go into trouble. Why? Are you really an MVP quarterback and not allowed to make adjustments? And you're the one on the field having to run the play? You have no say-so in making adjustments at all.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers was just the MVP, and he didn't audible on.
I'm glad. Hold on, because somebody in the comment mentioned Mahomes. Let me tell you, I want people to understand about the Chiefs situation when it comes to Patrick Mahomes. People like to talk about what Patrick Mahomes did, but what was he somewhat of a difference maker? Yes, but let's put things in perspective. The Chiefs was making the postseason with check down the whole time.
Yeah, and then,
they was literally making the postseason with check down. So when Mahomes was able to get the reins, the team was there. It wasn't like, okay, he was that much of a difference maker. Like, yeah, they got a Super Bowl out of the situation, no doubt about it. But the Kansas City team was already there. They had a decent defense. They had an offense. Like they just needed.
And I've been saying this, and I said that why were we drafting the quarterback? Why are we making the same mistakes like we did with Matt Ryan? Drafting Matt Ryan, we didn't even. Well, we got receivers. We got Julio. We traded. We got Gonzalez. We got Turner. Yeah, we gave him offensive weapons. But what about the defense? So we're gonna pretty much do the same thing by drafting said quarterback at 4, and he come into a situation with no defense.
Our last consistent, decent pass rush was John Abraham, and that man has not suited up for us was in 2012.
But we didn't even draft
him. That's almost 10 years ago.
And we
signed him too. We didn't draft him.
Exactly.
He wasn't there for the long
time. We didn't even sign him. We traded him. We traded the first round pick for him.
list, right?
I see people saying like a rookie is not going to be better than Matt Ryan. You're right, because Matt Ryan has more game experience. He has more like experience on the field. A rookie, Justin Herbert is rare. Like Joe Burrow is rare. I'm not saying draft a quarterback so he can come in and take Matt Ryan's position.
Joe Burrow better be rare. He was drafted 1 overall. He
better be another thing I'm gonna bring up too, y'all touched on with the Peyton Manning thing. A lot of people don't know this about Peyton Manning. When you mentioned how he was able to audible, do you know why he was able to do stuff like that? Because when Peyton broke the huddle, they literally sent in 3 plays for him to call while in that huddle. So when he broke the huddle, they had 3 different plays they could go off of. Now with the system that Matt done run, they don't do that because they have to make their personnel switch with the West Coast offense under Shanahan. They have to run the personnel in and out for what plays they want to run. So they don't have time to call 3 different formations or 3 different plays or because to make those adjustments. It don't work that way. By the time they get the play call stuff in, it's already down to like 20 to 15 seconds left. So one thing Ryan got a chance to do is line the offense up, scan the defense real quick, and try to make whatever adjustments he can to prevent the getting delayed game penalty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you this question. What's the success probability of a quarterback that's been drafted since Matt Ryan?
2008.
What's the probability
of a quarterback succeeding,
being successful or succeeded?
Or been good in this league in the top 5. We're talking about top 5. We're not talking about Russell Wilson's or none of that. Quarterbacks that was
top 5 quarterbacks and stuff that's been drafted. It's Matt Ryan been the only one that's really hung around this long. That's been consistently in this position.
No,
but that's not
you.
But that's only. Wow. But that's to show him that I'm not nitpicking Matt Ryan's overall contribution to the Atlanta Falcons. This man has changed the direction of this franchise. He picked us up when Matt Ryan left. When Mike Vick left a cloud over the Falcons. Matt Ryan was the thing to pick us up out of this hole we got in over something that wasn't even our fault. But in the mix of all of that, I'm still just tired of seeing those same mistakes. After 2016, Matt Ryan was amazing in 2016. But if you look at this man's stat, I don't think y'all understand his percentage of throwing interceptions is very high, dude, and it's not good at all.
Whoa. So did you look at his 2018 stats?
Yeah.
So
he was third in 2018.
Hold on. I got this down. How many picks? I got this down. I got it. Hold on. How many picks he threw that year?
Let me go.
No, I got you. Travis. Look, man. So was he trash? Look, I'm just gonna ask a question. 2018.
Y'all keep saying trash. When did trash come out of my mouth?
Okay,
I don't even tweet trash. Matt Ryan trash. Y'all keep saying trash.
So was his stats bad or good in 2018?
Matt Ryan's stats are never just bad. They're tier 2-ish, is what I'm saying.
How many picks? What was his touchdowns and interceptions that year in 18?
I'm going 18.
You gotta look it up, bro.
Yeah,
because I'm not I'm sorry that I don't just care about Matt Ryan's stats that damn much. Like
and that's why.
But you care enough to nitpick bad plays, but you don't care enough about the stats.
All right, so is a play though because these plays are leading to points that's going against the Falcons. Like, what do you mean? Offensive possessions matter.
So I did.
Wow, so that in 2018,
did y'all wait? How many? All right, Don. I know you play football. I don't know dude name at the bottom. Like, did you play football and where did you play it? Like, what did you do? What was your background? When did you learn football?
I learned football at a very young age. I'm from Savannah, Georgia. I played at Scriven County High School.
Okay, my dad went to the beach. My grandma lived down there in Savannah still. But what position did you play in sports?
I play offensive guard. I play defensive end, and I play linebacker.
Okay. Did it like just stop in high school? Or did you continue to like move forward?
I started high school. I knew my playing career was going to succeed past high school.
So that's when you decided, like, all right, I'm about to learn the back end, like the statistical side of.
I actually been very knowledgeable in sports since I was in middle school, but I mean, it just exceeded more so once I got past high school.
Yeah, I'm looking. Why can't I find it? All right, pass in 2018. He threw 7 interceptions in 2018.
How many touchdowns?
TDs. He threw 35.
Yeah.
And how many yards?
Almost 5,000. That was.
You look shocked.
And I want you to go look at his
it was 9.
So
did you play against FILA County? Yes, I did. My freshman year, we played against these two running backs that were twins. They were really good.
So in 2018, when we played the Saints and the Bengals back to back, I mean, Ryan threw 5 touchdowns against the Saints just for the other team to score was at 40 points, and we scored 37, and we never got the ball in overtime. And then almost the same thing after that. Played the Bengals, put up 3 touchdowns. Trufant dropped a pick, and then
please don't bring this name.
And then Andy Dalton throws to AJ Green at the end. I mean, are those stat padding?
That's not Matt Ryan. That's
what are you going? What is he supposed to do after that? Does he play
linebacker? For 2 weeks straight, that same season, for 2 weeks straight, Matt threw 8 touchdowns, nearly 1,000 yards with a 70+ completion percentage against the Saints and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Who was his offensive coordinator?
Steve Sarkisian.
Wasn't the problem.
He's an offensive mind, dude. Like, look at what Steve Sarkisian.
He wasn't the issue in 2018, though. I mean, our offensive line was just awful that year.
But Matt Ryan still threw almost 5,000 yards with Steve Sarkisian as his offensive coordinator.
But hold up, we went 7-9. So what does that mean? What happens? What couldn't be stopped? Who couldn't do their job?
The defense.
All right.
Good job.
What'd you say,
Ray? 9-7, and then we played the Saints the second time. Ryan got sacked 6 or 7 times in that game and it wasn't Sarkisian's fault because he wasn't having him drop 7 steps back like Dirk Cutter did. I think that was the game where Cam Jordan recorded the fastest sack in NFL history. And at that point, I'm like, oh, boy.
Bro, I'll never forget that game. Literally, we was in the red zone, like inside the 5, and they called the passing play. I mean, literally by the time Matt took the snap and took a step, a defender already had reached at him and knocked the ball out of his hand. Listen, I don't care what nobody says. There's no way a defender should be back that fast on your quarterback. Literally, after he take the snap and take a step. And no defender should be like that.
As bad as the offensive line in 2018 was, even if like Shanahan was here, I definitely do not see them being 2016 like with how bad the pass protection was. Because I know Schrader got hurt, and then our left guard got hurt as well, and then the right guard was also injured.
And that's what I'm saying. Matt literally had 2016 numbers with a horrific O-line and no defense at all. So imagine if you had a middle of the pack defense and your offensive line was decent. My God.
Man. Yeah. And I'm glad y'all are like saying these specific games and stuff like that. That was the year when Marquand Manuel took over in the second half of the season, right?
Yeah.
That's when they went on that run. I think they went 6-2 at the end.
Man, hold on, Marquand Manuel was been our defensive coordinator. He was our DC in 17.
He wasn't calling the calls.
Jeff Ulbrich and homeboy Raheem Morris was calling plays.
Yeah,
Marquand Manuel got fired after 2018, and he was a scapegoat for Quinn.
Really and truly, I'm gonna say this. To be honest, him and Sark were scapegoats. Because don't get me wrong, I understand Sark had his mishaps, but compared to him coming from college and his first year in the NFL, it was very meh. And then after that Eagles game, remember now, we struggled in the red zone with Sark. And after that Eagles game in 2018, we picked it up in the red zone.
Right. Yep.
I just think if he had a better offensive line like Shanahan did, or at least as healthy as it was in 2016, it would have been much better.
The problem with Sark was we was having him run an offense that he was not familiar with. We was having him run Kyle Shanahan's instead of him running his own stuff. That was the problem. That was the issue. Yes, the line was because Ryan Schrader was just god awful, and I don't want to get onto the other guys that was on there. Levitri couldn't stay healthy, but
I ain't gonna say Schrader was god awful. He had his mishaps, but like when things was rolling, like Schrader was actually decent.
Some games he was a turnstile, man. Like I'm just saying, but just going back to Matt Ryan, man. Like people gotta understand that there is no other quarterback coming out of this draft that's gonna give you the production or better than Matt Ryan. And people gotta understand too, there will be other drafts. There will be other drafts that will have quarterbacks in them, and we can pick.
Yeah. I'm still Don Thunder. Y'all better be on the lookout for Brock Vandagriff.
Yeah, Brock Vandagriff
at UGA.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And
if you want a quarterback, if UGA do their job by making him look decent as he's supposed to be looking, that's the guy y'all need to be looking into as Matt Ryan's heir.
If UGA don't win the championship
from Georgia, the Falcons don't draft players from Georgia. When the last time they drafted a player from Georgia?
They signed players from Georgia.
But when the last time they drafted a player from Georgia?
I don't know. What the boy name is? Magruder or something? He was like a safety or something. I forgot.
Hey, we drafted Shockley. Did we sign Shockley? I don't know.
See, anyway. I don't know why they don't draft players.
But that's the scout. That's the scouting, man. That's the scouting, and like you got to think about it. Y'all got to look, fans. We do not have Thomas Dimitroff here anymore. Right. So you really don't know how this team is going to look when it comes to free agency. We don't know how we going to draft. We don't know all this. We don't know. All we know, like we could be drafting SeaWorld at 4, and I think SeaWorld will be a great pick.
But we drafted 2 offensive linemen in the first round already.
And?
It didn't.
What that got to do with it? Let me tell you. Hold on. Let me say. I'm glad you said that because for years people laughed at the Dallas Cowboys for taking offensive linemen in the first round and whatnot. And what did that do? Huh?
That was the year with Lyle Collins when they picked him up, even though he got in trouble. But they had all of those offensive linemen that they drafted.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But people were laughing like, "Boy, the Cowboys crazy." All on offensive linemen, that's funny. That don't look sexy at all. But then imagine a person that was considered a bust and Darren McFadden ran for 1,500 yards behind that said vaunted offensive line. Them trenches matter.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you always got to fortify your trenches. Always fortify your trenches. Go ahead, Reddy.
Oh, I was gonna say every time I point out the defense, I just want a competent defense. I just want a good offensive line because that's where the foundation is set. And then everybody starts thinking, you want the perfect team. So is wanting a team that's good in all 3 phases the perfect team? I'm not asking for the number 1 offense, number 1 defense, or number 1 special teams or any of that. I just want competency on all 3 phases because that's how you win. I mean, of course, if you're the 1985 Bears or the 2015 Broncos, I mean, that's an entirely separate team, and that's like a once-in-a-decade type team.
Yeah, those teams don't come around that often.
I'm gonna say this another problem with a lot of Falcon fans. Some of y'all might not like me for saying this, but y'all want to be liked. Y'all want to be viewed on ESPN as a team to be talked about. I don't give a damn what ESPN got to say about us. Because the only way you gonna get talked about is when you start winning championships. Like that miss watching the Falcons seeing Stephen A. Smith a Falcon jersey and honorary playing the Cowboys. And then once you blew that lead for that man to get on TV and just drag your name through the mud, you deserve that. You deserve it. You deserve all of that. Because we don't here try to be liked, bro. If you want to be liked, well, that's why I like the hires that we did this year and bringing in Arthur Smith and his coaching staff. Because this team out here, these folks ain't gonna be liked. They fit to bring some toughness. They fit to bring some grit. We fit to take it back to 2003 WWE. Ruthless aggression.
Yeah, we gonna.
And that's what I want.
Like weight room ain't gonna be no laughing, no music. It clicking and clacking.
Hey, ain't no Jesus being played. Ain't no Jesus being playing that training camp. That's dead. We done with that.
Ping pong tables either.
Do it. They said Akeem Dent was the last player drafted from UGA. Like, yeah, they took it back with that. That's sad. You got talent right here in the state. Why won't you take advantage of it?
Once again, the scouting, man.
But TD gone, thank God. Trust me, I was more vocal against Thomas Dimitroff than I was Matt Ryan. After Dimitroff finally got let go, then I just focused my attention more on Matt Ryan. And I'm not saying Matt Ryan is trash. You have never seen me say Matt Ryan was trash. Matt Ryan is not trash at all. He's just a tier 2 quarterback. And I'm only saying that because of the things that he offered to the overall scope of the offense. He doesn't have that ability to do those rollout plays. If you did a play action where Matt Ryan had to roll out, do you not understand how many sacks that this man would have?
You didn't see so under Kyle Shanahan, he didn't do the roll.
We're not talking about from 5 years ago.
But guess what? Arthur Smith runs almost the same type of offense. He's gonna be doing bootlegs.
This ain't Ryan Tannehill. Please don't.
So you telling me Ryan Tannehill better than Matt Ryan?
Ryan Tannehill is more athletic. The man literally played wide receiver at Texas A&M. You can say whatever you want.
He is.
I believe you on that, but Matt Ryan can still run out and make the plays too. Come on, man.
I'm not putting this out there in the air like that, but you just need to really listen to what I'm about to say. Matt Ryan's exit out the league will be along the lines of Drew Bledsoe's if he start rolling out that pocket and start trying to run like Ryan Tannehill been doing. And I would you could just look at my pin tweet on my page.
I'm gonna tell you why what you're saying is false. Because if you look at Tannehill's career in Miami, he really wasn't that good. He was so below average. Would you want to do that? But the minute he got to Tennessee and under Arthur Smith, you know why that man was successful? He had a running game.
Exactly.
So Arthur Smith with the
wait, wow! I saw somebody.
But even with Derrick Henry, but I'm saying, but what Arthur Smith gonna bring to Atlanta, he gonna actually bring a rushing attack back for us. We ain't got to be out here worried about Matt Ryan throwing having 50 pass attempts in a game.
No, thank you. That is the biggest thing I've been saying. Why is Matt Ryan throwing the ball 35 and 40 times a game? Why are you not running the ball?
That's the offensive
I'm
coordinator.
not arguing about with them calling the plays that they call. He just acknowledged something that I've been saying to other people. Matt Ryan should not be throwing the ball 40 times a game. He don't got.
I don't care how young your QB is. You could be Jalen Hurts' age, and I'm not a fan of you making him throw the ball 50 times a game. That's stupid.
25 to 30 times. 25 to 30 times.
No quarterback should be throwing the ball that many times. No,
because the only thing you just turned your offense into one dimensional. Now the pass rush doesn't put their ears back because now they expecting you to pass the ball.
And this is why I love the hire Arthur Smith, because we know we're going to be more balanced, and that's what we need. We need more balance. Look what happened with Drew Brees when they brought in Kamara. What happened? They became more balanced.
Man, but they got Taysom Hill back. They got a 2-quarterback system.
We're talking about Drew Brees. No, look,
I know, but the Saints do have a 2-quarterback system. Are you going to say they don't?
They do. But what I'm trying to tell you is, with your quarterbacks, less is more. Less is more. The less they have to do, the more production you get out of them.
Right.
And it opens up.
We drafted Quadri Ollison. Why has he been inactive every game?
That's coaching in front office, man. That ain't got nothing to do with Matt Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Did Ollison play this year?
No,
he in one game. I don't know if he started, but like he was active in one game. But that's
weird. Why did we draft the guy 4th round pick and not use him like that? I don't know.
DeAndre Sanat or something out of UCF. Why is he always inactive?
Once again, front office coaching.
Mm-hmm.
So what you draft him for?
Once again, wasted picks. Just like let's look at Green Bay. Green Bay, they only played one player in the NFC Championship game. Why would you draft these guys and you're not playing them? I understand some guys will be depth guys. I get it. But you should still have some people to come in the game if you see a player struggling or whatnot. You got to just switch it up sometimes.
Oh, he said he must have a fumbling problem. So it got to be something that we don't know about. I don't. We have the tools there to have a running game.
Ollison with a fumbling problem. The times we seen him play, he never coughed the ball up. Or it shows signs of him even coughing the ball up.
I just don't understand why the Falcons be drafting players that they don't play, but they'll sign players that's basically at the end of their career. This is the second
or better yet, they'll draft guys that literally don't fit this scheme that they're running. For example, you'll draft a man corner out of college to play him in the cover three. That's stupid.
We signed James Carpenter. He doesn't fit our scheme. That's why they cut him.
We a zone blocking run team, and you sign a person that's mainly known for power running. Like, shoot.
Even hiring Dirk Cutter, who doesn't run that scheme, Shanahan scheme at all, that didn't make sense either. So it's not even just players, just getting coaches and forcing them to run a playbook.
And this has been the Falcons' issue for the past basically 13 years. I like Smitty. I appreciate what he did for us. But like I said, coaching has ruined this squad, this franchise. It's done us bad.
Let me get a shout out to Chris Morgan. Everybody understand when Kyle Shanahan left after that 2016 season, he took everybody on that offensive staff except for one person, Chris Morgan, and we kept this man. This man was
the O-line coach.
Yes, this man is got. I'm like, why in the world are we keeping this man? This man do not know how to develop linemen.
Man,
and it's crazy. He was here another 4 years after the fact.
And we ain't even try to fire this man or give him an assistant. None of that.
And but the minute Arthur Smith came to do the minute Arthur Smith got the job, boom, right out the door.
He was the first person that fired. And then that was the next day he done did his press conference.
Right.
Trenches matter, you guys. Trenches matter.
But it seems like we got a new front office now, so I can't say that they'll draft players.
I mean, we made efforts to build the offensive line and the defensive lines. It was just poor.
It didn't work out. They did the stuff that they needed to do. They drafted linemen. They drafted offense and Marlon Davidson. They drafted offense and defensive linemen. They drafted cornerbacks, and it didn't result to the. They didn't get the results that they were looking for.
But they just weren't good. I mean, some of them that left Atlanta just never found success anywhere else. I mean, some of them were Canadian football.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because that makes sense. If people actually look at this, how you know our drafting has really not been good. Because have you noticed that most of the guys that we drafted, they did not get signed elsewhere? A lot of those guys, after their rookie contract, if you weren't good enough to continue to be a Falcon, a lot of those guys washed out the league once their rookie contract was done. They was gone. Like no other team didn't want them.
I remember back in 2014, we signed. This is to address the defensive lines, and because Mike Smith at the time, he wanted to stop the run first instead of get a pass rush, and we overpaid the hell out of Paul Soliai and Tyson Jackson.
Right?
I don't know what you. What are you?
But they've been making the effort to address the areas on the team that needed to be improved, and they just I don't.
The problem with the Falcons, the problem with the Falcons has been they've been trying. Instead of them actually building the team over the years, they've been trying to patchwork it instead of just actually building it.
Dunlap said something about the fullback play. That's the thing, man. We got to bring back the fullback play and utilize that, man.
I miss Patrick. I'm not gonna lie to you. I miss Patrick DeMarco. I'm not gonna lie.
And he had a successful career, though. I hope he has success in his after career, whatever he about to go and do. That dude was 5 for the Falcons. Matt Ryan need another tight end. He need that tight end back. Somebody
I believe, but Hayden Hurst is it. I don't care what nobody say. Hayden Hurst is it. Hayden did not utilize that man. He did not utilize that man like he should have.
You need another one.
I mean, that's the thing. We don't need any more receivers.
We don't need no more receivers, man.
But we got blocking tight ends. Like we have a blocking tight end, and then we have an athletic tight end.
No,
let me get off this live right now.
You have Jaden Graham. You got Jaden Graham can be a good we seen Matt Ryan make receivers and tight ends who ain't even heard.
He make them better, right? He make them better.
So we don't really need to be wasting picks on getting another tight end.
Hasn't been successful in Cleveland, and like I said, just protect Ryan. He'll be fine. I mean, trenches is where the foundation is on both sides.
So what about the parts where Matt Ryan holds the ball too long? Because even Raheem Morris came out and said he was holding the ball too long. And sometimes
I got your answer. I got your answer. So we gonna talk about Matt Ryan throwing the ball too long, but we ain't gonna talk about how we running hard play action. I'm sorry, not hard play action. We've been running the ball. Our running plays been dive plays, but then we gonna run a naked bootleg, but we ain't ran no stretch play the whole game. But we gonna run a naked bootleg. And then we're going to run a 2-man route, but literally both the receivers running in the same area. Yeah, I'm going to hold the ball too.
Not only that, let me add to that because the coaches, they always throw the players on the bus and they never take criticism for themselves. They never hold themselves accountable. Why Raheem Morris why ain't nobody asking him, why are you running cover 3 the whole game and you kept getting killed?
Right, why you ain't adjust the defense? They're like,
why you ain't call out Dirk Cutter for that BS play caller?
I mean, under Dirk Cutter, the last 3 times we played the Saints, Ryan was sacked 5 times or more. So, and it was the same theme every single time. They weren't getting the ball out of his hands quickly. It was the same 7-step dropbacks and long developing plays. He's getting killed out there. And the fact is, even like the mobile quarterbacks like Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, they get out of the pocket. And both of them got sacked more than Ryan did. And
offensive lines.
Yeah, so yours. Our line not good either.
Let me say this, because I'm glad you said that, because I watched film and like watching all 22. Like literally that first Saints game we played with in New Orleans. Bro, when I tell you that literally dang near every passing play, all our receivers ran dig routes to the point that the dig routes were ran to the point that literally you had like 3 receivers in one area. So you bring it, but you're like you got like 6 defenders in the area. Ryan can't pass in that. That's begging to get picked off. So like, and for me, I'm looking at the situation like in the setup. I'm gonna tell you what made it so easy to defend Atlanta offense this year. The offense was basically the same every game, every pass play. They'll come out with a 3 wide receiver set on one side, one receiver and a tight end on the other side with a running back in the backfield, and then they'll call like some dig routes or whatnot, or they'll break the huddle and have everybody and have an empty backfield, but then they'll motion the running back into the backfield to be Matt Ryan's protection. Like it even to the point that they hardly even ran plays for like the check down. Like a lot of the guys was protecting Matt. The running backs was protecting Matt. So it made the defense more easy to guard our receivers and stuff.
Here's the thing, because I want to end the show real quick because I'm getting hungry. Listen, I wanted you said tier 2 quarterback, and I already told you, like, if you call Matt Ryan tier 2 quarterback, that means you're saying that there's 10 quarterbacks in the NFL that's better than him.
Skill set wise, yes.
Well, name those 10 for me.
I'm just talking overall body of work. Yeah. So what are these 10?
It's not 10 quarterbacks that got an overall body of work that's better than Ryan.
So he's not a tier 2 quarterback then. He's a tier 1 quarterback then.
At this point in his career, yes, he is. He's not a tier 1 quarterback.
Well, then name me 10 quarterbacks that's better than Matt right now.
I want to know these 10 quarterbacks. I know you're gonna say Rodgers. Go ahead and say Rodgers.
I will snort Coke live on this live if you tell you name me 10.
And it better be Coca-Cola too.
Oh my God.
You won't be no drugs over here. Go ahead, man. I'm waiting on these 10.
Dude, you're crazy. I'm gonna start from bottom to top that I would say is over Matt Ryan. So at the bottom, I'm picking Tannehill over Ryan right now.
No.
God dang. Bro, where the Coke at? Where the Coke at?
You gonna see a different, I'm gonna tell you, you gonna see a different Tannehill in Tennessee this year. Without Smith. Yep, I promise you.
Okay, I would take Lamar Jackson. I would put Deshaun Watson over him, Josh Allen, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Drew Brees is over Matt Ryan.
But hold on, Drew's retired.
Yeah.
But you just I can't put Taysom Hill up there. So all right, I'm back to 7. Leave him out. Drew Brees retired. All right. So who we got left? I'm not putting Jimmy Garoppolo over him. I would put Justin Herbert over Matt Ryan right now. Off of this year's work, only this year's work, not overall body of work. Y'all said body of work, not. I'm talking about this year. He said smoking crack on the Jackson. And all right, I got one more. Who left?
You the one said he's top tier. You should know.
Pat Mahomes. Like what? What do you mean? Like, dude, there's so many other quarterbacks I can name.
But you said if you gonna sit up here and say he's tier 2, you should already know the names of these said quarterbacks is better than Matt Ryan.
I can name names all day. Like, what do you mean?
And some of those names are suspect.
But how many of those names would you?
Lamar Jackson, no.
Why?
Definitely no.
No, he's not a good quarterback. He's a good.
First of all, Lamar ain't never threw over 4,000 yards in his career. On top of the fact that, as much as you like to nitpick about Ryan, let's talk about the fact that like Matt has actually performed in most of his playoff games, bro. Like I wish I could say that my defense held opponents to 13 and 10 points in playoff games. Please let me get that.
I feel like I'm living in an alternate reality if that happened.
Exactly. I'm just dreaming about that making me happy.
But overall, like Lamar Jackson has more total yards. Like what he don't make up for in passing yards, he do it on the rushing and touchdowns.
And we back at square damn one.
We back at square one again.
How? How are we back at square one? You told me the quarterback that's better than Matt Ryan. Dude, Matt Ryan would go and start Matt Ryan start over Lamar Jackson in Baltimore.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. But that's a Super Bowl. They went in the ring with Matt Ryan.
Dude, y'all sound so crazy, dude.
We talking about a guy that can't throw the football.
Teams blitz the Falcons in ways that the Falcons have never seen before because they know Matt Ryan is back there. Your offensive line can't block everybody.
I'm gonna say this because Ryan Michael has broke that down as well on Twitter, and Ryan Michael has told that Ryan Michael. Hey, yeah, please look him up. But he will tell you that Matt is one of the best quarterbacks against the blitz.
Exactly.
In NFL history.
And check this out though. One of Lamar Jackson's linemen is begging to get out of Baltimore.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, because he want to play left tackle, right? That's the report I read today.
So let's be real, man. Lamar Jackson, no. All right, you said Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill looked good because of the scheme he was running. He was running.
And having Derrick Henry in your backfield.
And having Derrick Henry in your backfield helps. You also mentioned Drew Brees. Once again, he has a running game, and he has one of the best defenses in the league.
And Sean.
What'd you say?
And Sean Payton.
So no.
Justin Herbert.
No.
It's too
early. Good.
Way
good.
But just off of this year, though, only off of this year, what he did this year, he had statistically one of the best rookie seasons as a quarterback ever.
Yeah, it was compared.
And I applaud him for that.
And it was compared to Matt Ryan's rookie season.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about rookie quarterbacks and like 2-year quarterbacks, like I don't like to say that they're good. I mean, besides Patrick Mahomes, there's no way he's going to drop off from there. But like, I always wait until year 3 or 4 to really give a verdict on whether they're good or not, because Jared Goff and Derek Carr were fairly good in their second seasons, and then they just kind of fell off from there.
Yeah, because see, now people got film on you. Exactly. That film matters. And see that, and at this point with Lamar Jackson, if you don't pick it up and hit with saying him becoming an actual quarterback, he won't last too much longer. They got film on him. Teams like Buffalo and if Tennessee could get their defense back together, teams like Buffalo and Tennessee could beat him.
Yeah,
because they know how to play him.
I think
like Gardner Minshew, his second year, he wasn't as electric as he was now that they had film on him.
They got film on him. But see, but people got 13 years worth of film on Matt Ryan, and he still can produce.
He still can produce, but they be putting him in situations where he'll make a mistake that's a game-changing mistake.
Who is they?
The defensive coordinator, put Matt Ryan in a situation.
Hell, hold on, talking about which defensive coordinator? There's ours.
Our defense is not the people that the ball should be. They should not be the determining factor on whether we win or not. The argument is when teams play against Matt Ryan, they're strategizing against Matt Ryan. They know exactly what to do. Put pressure on him. When you put Matt Ryan could be good under pressure.
That's literally every quarterback in NFL history.
Yeah, but exactly. And let me tell you something. The Falcons is known as not having a good defense. So that's our weakness. So any team that play us, they're gonna say, okay, we know we can score some points on the Falcons. But we know number 2 is a bad man. So yes,
keep him on the sideline.
Yeah, keep him. That's what they do. They play keep away. That's why you see teams have these long drives down the field against us because we can't stop nobody.
Nope, can't get them off the field on third down. When Jameis Winston had that long,
the Patriots gave everybody the answer on how to beat the Falcons in that Super Bowl. You keep
Philadelphia.
Yeah, Philadelphia did too, but nationally, like the world, they gave it to the world. The Patriots did. They showed
no. Philadelphia did that same season.
I know that same season. I know they did. What I'm saying is, like, the world saw it in the Super Bowl on the grandest stage.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So, all right, Jason Jeff, man, I'll holler at you, man. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is they pretty much had Matt Ryan on the sideline. All right, and the offense, only thing I do run the ball here. You do pass the ball 3 yards here, pass the ball 7 yards there. That's all they had to do. That's all you had to do to beat the Falcons. We play zone defense, and we won't allow you to get a 40-yard or 50-yard completion, but we'll let you have the 7 yards or 8 yards here. But all that adds up if you can't stop it.
So this year, this next season that's about to come up, if the Falcons still go,
all right, Knight. See you later, man. We about to end the stream, man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So if the Falcons still go like 7-9 or something, they still underperform, or they don't make it to the playoffs, but the defense does better, and you don't see that improvement. You don't see the same consistency from Matt Ryan. Like, what are you going to say then?
All right, here's my take, and I said this before. If we don't make the playoffs this year, because I'm not everybody can't have your expectations that high every season like that.
Mm-hmm.
We literally had the Super Bowl champions. Yes, you can put an asterisk by the Buccaneers if you want to. They in our division. The Saints they still got a top 5 defense, even though Breeze is gone. They still in our division. You don't know anything about the Panthers right now because they still figuring out what they're going to do. And here we are. We pretty much the worst team in the division.
But we got our quarterback, got wide receivers.
Yes, we have that. But at the same time, we have a new coach. We have a new GM. We have a new defense coordinator who's a proven coordinator, by the way. All right. If we go 8-8, well, now 8-9 because it's 17 games in the season now, or anything like that, and we miss the playoffs. But if I see in every statistical category we improve, how can I be mad? I can't be mad because if we're improving, if you look at what Dan Quinn did his first year, yeah,
Mike Smith did too.
But listen though, our defense didn't get any better. Our defense was pretty much the same for 2014, 2015. I'm like, this man's supposed to be quote unquote. I didn't want Quinn here. The quote unquote the mastermind behind the Legion of Boom, and you telling me you can't even get us an average defense? And then
in never even got us that the whole time he was here.
In 2016, it was worse. Our Super Bowl year, it got worse. We was ranked 27th going into the Super Bowl. So if I see our defense, that's why I said I know Dean Peace can at least give us an average defense. At least. And Arthur Smith, we know what he can do on offense. You already have this offense is better than Tennessee's. Only thing different is we don't have a Derrick Henry, and our offensive line is pretty much, I think, undercoached. If he can coach them up, and we can draft a good running back, like I said, Javonte Williams out of North Carolina.
I did say that.
Yeah, if we get him, hey, we'll be all right, I believe.
And also, if we did trade down in the first round and we grab Rashawn Slater as well, or draft Sewell and move Jake Matthews to left guard, I mean, that could work too.
And Vera Tucker, people sleeping on Vera Tucker, the guard USC. He's good. He's good. And like I said, we got to answer that. We got to address that left guard spot. Either we draft Sewell and we kind of, play Tetris with the linemen, and I trust. I can trust.
He said Tetris.
Yeah,
Good God.
But I can trust Arthur Smith with the line. He's the offensive line guy.
Yep.
So I feel like that's where we need to go. Lineman, then your second round, trade back, whatever. You get 2 picks in the second round. You draft your running back there. You draft your edge rusher. In the third round, you get 2. If you get 2, you got to get your nose tackle and you get your safety. Because we're thin, right? We don't even have a starting safety on this roster right now.
Dan Quinn was fool's gold.
He ain't lying.
He was fool's gold.
Boy, y'all savages, boy.
But he was. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I wanted Rex Ryan so bad.
I did too.
I really did.
Why wouldn't you pick up somebody established already? You giving people chances in a situation where we don't need chances. We need.
I mean, at that time, the only other options were Todd Bowles and Rex Ryan. I think John Fox was there too. And did you want him?
John Fox.
I definitely wanted John Fox.
John Fox was in Chicago, I believe.
Yeah,
he was.
It was after he got fired at Denver. I mean, we could have hired him, but we didn't even look at him.
And then you had.
I wanted Rex Ryan because I knew he was going to actually build a defense.
And I like either my 2 choices was Rex Ryan or Todd Bowles. Those were my 2 choices. I know Todd Bowles is proven on defense. Yeah, everybody can sit up here and say, "Oh, he was trash in New York." Okay, it's the Jets. Who been up there and been successful? Other than Bill Parcells, Rex was, but he make a Super Bowl? Yeah, he didn't. But let's be real. The probability of anybody going up to that organization and being successful is not good.
That man had Sanchez as his quarterback.
The butt phone.
Sanchez, exactly. Sanchez, dog. He wasn't winning no football. He wasn't winning no football with that. But that defense was fine though. That defense was on point. Exactly. Calvin Pace, Bart Scott, Jim Leonard, Antonio Cromartie, Terrell Reeves. Good God.
So Matt Ryan, man, his stats, he had this year 5% drops, 33 drops by the wide receivers. He had 89 bad throws and 458 throws on target. 76% of the time he was accurate, and about 15% of the time he was inaccurate, and they dropped the ball 5% of the time.
Yeah, we was ranked top 5 in drop passes, by the way.
I mean,
he had 18 throwaways, 1 spike, 6 bats at the line. He had 19 balls batted at the line in 2019. That is absolutely horrible. But because
don't get me wrong, even with really having 1,300 yards, bro, like really definitely dropped a lot of passes this year that should have been caught.
And Russell Gage.
Dude, they are blitzing Matt Ryan an average of 200 times a season.
That's what happens. That's what happens when you don't have a run game. We already know we're not. They already know we're not running the ball.
We're not running the ball.
Guess what? You might as well send an extra person to blitz.
This is where I said Caleb McGrary struggles against speedy edge rushers. I mean, that's why. I mean, I would rush him too.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing. And like McGarry is good at run blocking. And that's the thing. We the coaching staff has pretty much did a disservice to Caleb McGarry because we're not playing on his strengths neither by running the ball more. You have him run the ball more, guess what? He'll build his confidence up. So when it is a pass play, he won't struggle. Because football is more mental than physical. A lot of people don't understand that.
I mean, my hope is when Arthur Smith comes in here is that that McGrary develops under him into
man, Chris funny.
Into a.
I'm gonna read the comment. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's my hope for McGrary is that he improves under Arthur Smith, and seeing as he's an offensive line-minded coach.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at these stats. I told you I was coming with the stats. I ain't really throw them out there like that. But the pressure that Matt Ryan been under, dude, they have been doing it consistently for the last 3 years, or the last 3 seasons. It's crazy.
Coaching, that's coaching because
79, and 4-12. So that should let you know.
I mean,
that's coaching because you're not adjusting. If you know your quarterback's getting eaten up, what are you doing to prevent it? Like, why are you not, and that's, yes, the line, we know the line hasn't been well, but still at the same time, you got to like try to neutralize that, but
these numbers are crazy and they're consistent over the last like 3 seasons. Like it's in the record shows it. He was under pressure over 20% of the time he dropped that.
And this is the reason why we hired who we hired.
Mm-hmm.
This is the reason why we hired who we hired. We're not thinking that we drafted a quarterback. No, we're fixing we're fixing the problems. You're not fixing the problems by drafting a quarterback.
Think of it this way: like when Kansas City drafted Patrick Mahomes back then, like Kansas City was already a 12-4 football team, and they had receivers, they had offensive line, they had defense. It was just that Alex Smith was in his last year of his contract, I believe, or 2 years away. I can't remember,
and they weren't going to pay this man max money.
Yeah.
Just to be.
But now, my thing is how they gonna look now because you just gave Mahomes $500 million. So a lot of those guys that you got on your team, they're gonna end up taking a walk because they're gonna want their money.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Matt Ryan, out of 13 seasons, Matt Ryan only got 3 seasons without throwing double-digit interceptions. 3.
We've been trying to tell y'all this.
I mean, but you make it sound like there's a lot of people that have thrown double-digit interceptions.
Look at Eli Manning. Look at, like I said, Jameis Winston. A lot of them be throwing double-digit.
Yeah, but like Eli led the league in picks for 3 straight years. Man ain't never came close to doing that.
Look at Drew Brees. I mean, he's had double-digit picks a bunch of times.
But
exactly.
He can dunk the ball all over the field, and they chip away at you and run the ball. I said they have a running game, like y'all said.
So why is he throwing double-digit picks?
He ain't got no arm no more. You said he had an arm. No.
This was like way before.
What is he saying to you about retirement?
Yeah,
we've spoken to a couple.
Yeah, so this was like before 2017. Like Drew Brees was throwing double-digit picks almost every year. I mean, it's not really anything unique.
Right.
To Ryan.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and end the show, you guys. And I appreciate everybody being on. Everybody in the chat, letting it up. Appreciate y'all joining us. I know y'all hungry and starving. Appreciate y'all coming on. Go ahead and give everybody a shout out on the show. Travis, appreciate you stopping by, man.
No problem.
Yeah, thank you for coming on and talking about me. Being mean.
Hey, listen, man. You were talking. Listen, I've been seeing your tweets, but you've been talking reckless about my quarterback. I got to put you straight.
You was speeding home, boy. I'm a guy to ask to try to get me one. Get him.
All right. JaiHawk, man. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Hey, man, thank you. I'll come on anytime you invite me, bro. I thank you for letting me ramble and rant and talk my foolishness. Thank you for the people for not being too mean to me with your comments. You know, it don't bother me that much, but sometimes it do. I'm lying. Get ready for a new quarterback. I hope y'all ready because the new energy is coming. Y'all can follow me on Twitch. Y'all know my Twitter. It's just JaiHawkFly. You can find me on everything. And it's JaiHawkFly, not no Jai. It's JaiHawkFly. Get my name correct. If you want me to get my facts correct with talking about Matt Ryan, to get my name correct when you talk about me. You want to talk foolish towards me? I'll talk foolish back. We can play that game.
I'm gonna block this man.
Ready, man. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
I don't need that type of negativity on my TL. I'm blocking him tonight.
All right. If y'all watching this at a later time, please let me know in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about the show or the topic on Matt Ryan. Should we charge? We're not trading him because it's already news came out. So you think we should draft his replacement this year, or you think no, we good, keep him and let's see what he do on Arthur Smith? Let me know, you guys. All right. And everybody, like I said, watching live, thank you. Appreciate the love and support, you guys. If you're watching this at a later time, y'all already know what to do. Hold on a second. If you hit, I'm sorry, man. I'm tired. I'm hungry. So if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this content out with Atlanta Sports Fanatics, and hit us up in the comment section. As always, come holler at your hometown sports podcast. Got it. The Don when he gets hungry, he turns to another person. So this
man,
is
whatever.
Yeah, I do, man. This is the Don with another episode of the Don's Favor here on Forever I Love Atlanta Sports Podcast. Y'all have a great evening. Somebody hit me in the comment section. Appreciate you, Freddie, man. Thank you, man. Share this out, man, to other Falcons fans and tell them to come sub and watch it too, man. Thank you. All right, we out. Y'all have a great evening.
Peace.